All right, Chris, it's that time.
You ready? You ready? We
Yeah,
on?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
We popping, we live.
All right.
So
Welcome, welcome to
we
another. Oh, we interrupted. I'm interrupting you. Sorry, brother.
we are my bad. We are what's it call it? We doing this thing now. Let's see. Mondays, the three M's.
That's right.
Mood, memories, moments.
Yes.
It's kind of
Since we're on a slight hiatus on the season, so we're make sure no one
no
forget who we
no,
are.
we in season. We just
Oh,
pivoted. We in season. We all the way in season. Um, 'Cause this will be technically the 12th episode, I believe it is. We did
yeah, it's
seven,
in double digits now.
yeah, been seven or eight or nine of them in person. And we'll keep doing the ones in person. But this is for our schedules allows us to make sure that we're consistent and we're doing it at least every week.
Yeah. Next week is Memorial Day,
Yeah,
so we might have to go live a little bit earlier to get so people can hear like a brief conversation that we have because we'll be together in person, not in two different G's.
yeah,
In
yeah,
two,
yeah.
yeah, you won't be in Greenwood. I won't be in Greenville. More likely be in Calhoun Falls.
Yeah, we might need to try to figure out how to mark it out, right? Greenwood and Greenville.
Uh-huh.
Surprisingly, they've never really done a lot of work together. Like they don't even, there's no type of chemistry between the two cities.
Not really, except for some people. People come from Greenwood to downtown Greenville
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
for date nights and special events.
yeah. And it's something that I've been
Like,
doing more consistently. Like it used to be, I would rather go to Augusta, Charlotte, even Columbia. But now I find myself being okay with going to Greenville. I mean, I guess, and as with anything, man, you mess around and you get used to it. So like
yeah,
at first it was like, oh, Greenville is popping, it's cool. And now it seems like I done been to everywhere except gotta check out Coop's Corner. You know,
I went there one time, but I went late because I went after I got off of work. 'Cause I thought it was open to, but it was closed. They actually closed a little bit earlier. So I had one drink, so I haven't experienced it. So if you're free next Wednesday, we should hit. Nope, you're not free next
Wednesdays
Wednesday.
are bad for me. But what do they have on Wednesdays?
I was saying let's go for happy hour just to see what was going on,
They're like 4 o'clock.
like or like even like 7 o'clock
Are
after
you off
happy hour.
on you off on Wednesdays?
I'm off next Wednesday. Yeah,
Oh, just next Wednesday.
yeah. Wait, no, sorry, no, not Wednesday. I'm actually off on Thursday,
Oh, okay,
next
okay.
Thursday.
So you talking about
Um,
next Thursday as opposed to next Wednesday.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's also a new place is open. Is not it's not locally owned. The people who own it are from out of the company who owns it is from Charleston. It's called Matador. It's a Mexican restaurant, and I heard they have some decent food. Like there's some good Mexican restaurants or good Mexican places already in Greenville. It's not downtown, so I really want to check them out and see what they're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I was really wanted to do Coops because I was intrigued by the music. Um,
Yeah,
and I guess the music, the food is good as well, but just kind of being in a certain type of atmosphere, I want to check that out.
yeah.
Um,
Uh,
I don't think
I think they do live music on Thursdays.
Thursday probably not going to work for me. I don't know what I got going on. I know Peyton
You,
graduates on
you
Friday.
next day, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I've been locked down for the last couple of
Months.
last couple of weeks. And I believe gonna be locked down going into July. So we'll see. So
You headed to that cruise pretty soon. So
yeah, yeah, at the end of June. So what's up, man? What's up with the what's the mood for today? How you
The
feeling?
move for
Feeling
today.
good? Feeling great? Isn't
I'm
that
feeling good, feeling great. I was slightly productive. I had energy today. I didn't feel sleepy when I sat in front of the computer. Like I feel energized. I made a couple calls. They hit voicemails, but I did the calls. Um, I sent a few emails out. Hopefully people respond because I was like cold emailing, cold messaging people about trying to do some partnerships and just planning out my day for tomorrow. I got a meeting tomorrow at 10 and I have a call with the person who runs the Great Shakeup and the Fest Noir. So we're talking tomorrow at 6 p.m. about possibly doing some work beyond the contest I did about 3 weeks ago. Um, and she's also going to hook me up with get me into the Charleston Food and Wine Festival next year, next fall, next spring,
just
next spring.
I was about to say. And they probably got something in the fall as well, don't they?
I know they're doing small events throughout the year now, but I'll be coming in on the new fiscal year. So that's when I can start working some connections, start building some connections and expanding.
Is that for everybody or is it to a specific audience?
The Food and Wine Festival
Yeah.
is open to everybody. There's something happening for everybody. It's just are you interested or are you willing to explore the offerings that they have?
So sounds like man, when you're on that mood where you just I guess hyper focused or just tuned in, it's a good look. It's a good feeling when I'm
Yeah.
checking
Uh,
off the box.
I yeah, I haven't gotten to that hyper focus place yet. Like I'm tuning myself back in. Um, it's been easy to be distracted and like and push stuff off. But things coming up fast, so we got to make things happen.
For me, man, the mood is feeling a little bit relieved. Um, I signed on. I think I mentioned this last week. I signed on to a couple of different, projects. I'm gonna say projects. It's really not a project,
Yeah,
but I have my own private practice. But sometimes you get
you
low.
have your own.
What I said.
You had.
Oh, I have my own private practice, but sometimes you get like low in number, and income isn't coming the way you want it to come, and so you look at, all right, so how can I build that back up? And it was towards the end of last year. I was like, all right, man, I got to get some more income coming in, and I signed on to work with a fee for service
Hmm.
with this company. And I found out, great company actually. Um, but the work, the amount of work that it took uh, to be connected with them and stay connected with them was it took away from what I was trying to do.
Okay.
So it wasn't fair for them, nor was it fair for me, because I was a little slow on my stuff, trying to keep up with their stuff and trying to respect them. So I was like, all right, I
Yeah.
gotta let it go. So that was a relief. I did it. I told them that I wouldn't be returning. Um, I was gonna finish out my initial term,
Right.
which ends this Friday. So it's a relief, and I think it's more of a relief because it ends this Friday, as opposed to I got 2 more weeks. So um,
Yeah.
so relieved.
What you got working up?
Uh,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah, relieved and happy. What you were saying though?
So what do you got what do you got coming up? What you working on? What's in the pipeline?
So we have, we had mentioned this at the beginning of our journey, where I was doing a podcast prior to, and so
Hmm.
I'm not in front of the camera with that particular podcast, but it's still going. It's coming up on its 100th episode. You were on it. I got
Wow.
to go see what.
Congratulations.
I got to see what episode you was on. But we're trying to plan for that. Hopefully that'll be in September because we're bi-weekly. So we just got into our 90th. I think it's not 92nd be dropping this coming Wednesday, 92nd episode. So but anyway, making preparations for live events. So I got two separate dates. So we're gonna have live events for that particular podcast. So we're preparing for that. Um, we are um, also doing not this week, but next week. I don't know if you notice or not, but I do mental a free wellness group for men every fourth Wednesday of the month. A free
Yeah,
wellness group.
I always wanted to come, and participate, but I've always been working.
Yeah. And so that's coming up in a week. I'm just trying to expand that. I'm gonna have to probably get my boots on the ground
All
because
right.
right now, like I basically promote it through social media, uh,
Hmm.
but that doesn't seem to be working as well as I would like it to work. So one of the individuals that came through was like, "Hey, put it up at gas stations." I was like, "Huh?" So yeah, when people are pumping gas, they're looking at stuff.
Yeah, go old
Yeah.
school marketing.
And so that was a really great thought that it gave me, and I just haven't had a chance to do it. So my thought is over now, between now and Monday, is to go old school, go out, hand out some flyers, and let it be known, hey man, this is what I'm
Put out some
doing.
flyers.
Yeah, y'all more than welcome to come through. Um, so we're gonna see how they go. And we had a shooting last week with some black males, teenagers. So people saying, what can we do? This is going to be my way of saying, hey,
Of doing.
this is what Curvin doing.
It's what we can do.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. How many coffee shops y'all have in Greenwood?
we have one, two, we have two coffee shops that I'm aware of that I go to.
Do they allow you to put flyers inside the coffee shops?
I've never asked. I never asked.
All right.
So there we go, right?
There we go. And
Uh,
I know you're not, I know you haven't been drinking and haven't been going to the breweries, but that's also another good place to put it up too.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can
Like
see.
if they allow people to post, to put up flyers, to put up posters, that's a good place to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I should definitely try it out this week. So I'll try both of those out just to see. And probably go to some barber shops too. Probably hit
Yeah.
those up.
And also hit some, like we talked about this before, hitting up some podcasts or like social media people that you follow and like comment on their posts and let you know what you're doing that can help contribute to the neighborhood, the community.
Mm, yeah, yeah. You gave me a good idea. Yeah, you gave me a good idea. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go do that. I'm check in with me next week to see if I did it.
Well,
Because I used to do it this
you
week.
know, I'll text you
Yeah.
and ask you where stuff at.
And that's, this is a part of the accountability piece, right? Just even doing this right here, just coming up with ideas off the top and being like, all right, let's execute that, right?
Yeah.
On a local level, and, once you start to scale up, it's got to be bigger than that. But on a local level, I could definitely do this.
And sometimes hiring, even if we got bigger, you and I got bigger, and each individual, sometimes it doesn't hurt to print out flyers and have a little flyer team go out and spread flyers throughout towns
Mhm. Yeah, that's another
because
thought
we're
too.
so old. We people are so,
That's
huh?
another thought too.
Yeah, because we over like we both on social media, like we're so inundated with inform like stuff coming at us. Like how much time do you spend when you going through Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook? How much time do you spend at looking at somebody's posts?
Yeah. I was reading something about that where social media isn't what it once was. It was once friends connecting with friends. Now they're more they're actually more like the TV entertainment that we grew up with, where
Hmm.
they are intentionally putting specific things into your timeline that they want you to see. So they
Yep.
don't want you to see necessarily your friends' information and keep up with them. They want you to keep up with,
Whatever they want you to
yeah,
whatever they want whatever is trending or they say is trending.
yeah. Which is funny because everybody wants to be a content creator, right? And myself too, to some degree, if I'm gonna be putting out this information. But it's like if you look at TV shows, everybody had their expiration date. So as a
Hmm.
content creator, you're gonna have your expiration date, not because of people, but they're gonna decide, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and suppress some of their views. So you got to get in and get out
Yep.
as soon as you can.
And you see with some content creators that we probably believe gave out give information that you can barely find on your timeline.
Yep.
Like even if you put them as one of your favorites
Hmm.
that you want to be constantly getting their stuff, you
Yeah.
don't always get their stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, that's what I got going on, man. So the podcast, live events, planning those, and then for this next week or so, you reaching out to people to make sure I get men to this meeting, this free wellness group for men. Um,
But
so
if I'm not if I'm not working that Wednesday, you'll have me in the seat.
okay, so you got current events.
Current events, current events. What's going on? Uh,
So we
I don't
we,
know how
we
you.
did we did mood right.
Yeah, we talked about we talked we talked. Yes, we did.
Before we go to the current
Oh,
event, which
I
will
do
be
want to say one
going.
thing.
Go
I do
ahead.
want to say one thing. I do have the bartending business.
Yes.
Be on the lookout. I'll be sending out a discount code for people to book for July, August, September, October. I'll be sending out a discount code throughout all socials that people can use. 'Cause I teamed up with a platform that helps streamline my planning and organization when it comes to bartending events.
Okay. That's so what we're gonna do with memories. So we said mood memories
Yeah,
and
memories. So, so this time last year, my daughter graduated, and we went to this event at this church. I can't remember the name of the church, but it popped up in my Facebook memories. And I sent you this picture, and I took a picture with a guy we went to college with. Um, and they're like think about how much we've changed emotionally, mentally, and physically over these past 20 plus years been in college. Like from my freshman year, 30 years. Now August be 30 years since we started college. But it's like how much we have changed. And how like we look at our pictures, do we really look how is that really us? Do we still look like we did 20, 30 years ago? Or have some semblance, or did our looks totally transform?
yeah, I definitely think that we look like we did. And I guess it'd probably be neat if we put that as a poll. Like, do we look like we did? Um, my kids don't believe that I look like I did. They're always interested to see, like, dang, that was you? You had hair?
I mean, I always had hair, so
Yeah, you know, and
or
I didn't,
mine's like you had dreadlocks. No, they knew I had dreadlocks too, so never mind.
yeah, I had hair on my head, but I didn't have any on my face. I couldn't grow a goatee to save my life. Um,
We was clean. Actually, we were both clean, pretty much clean shaven in college.
mhm, mhm. But I couldn't grow it. You could always
I
grow
would,
it.
mine was patchy. It didn't,
Okay.
and it took forever to grow in.
How did you
So
get it to grow in?
I remember shaving. I didn't have to shave like every 2 weeks.
Okay. Did you do anything to get it to grow in, or it just grow it in?
Um, I think Haven. Haven and Shelter were born. I did a Movember, like where you don't shave your mustache. So I didn't shave at all, and it started growing in for that month. I never shaved again.
Okay.
Well, I
Um,
shaved. Like I kept it groomed, but I stopped cutting the hair off my face.
one of the things when you were saying that about it's been 30 years, I see sometimes people talking about, trying to be a good person, trying to be a good father, trying to be successful. One of the things, and this is a thought that came to me, and this is no disrespect to anybody out there that are not at this place, but it's rare that you find someone. The very title of our podcast is Three Roles.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, it's hard to find a man that plays all three roles. And I'm gonna break it down.
All right.
Like forever
But
consistently be broke.
we were okay. If you can name that movie.
Love Jones, love Jones. But the three roles is provider, lover, and dad, right? A lot
Yeah.
of times what you get, and when we say lover, in this case, we say lover, but what I'm seeing is there are guys they have kids. They're being in their kids' lives. They're dedicated to their kids. They're dedicated to their craft or their career. But not often are they committed to a woman in a marriage.
Yeah.
It's I'm in a relationship or I'm looking for a relationship. Sometimes I
Can
can think, if you're
I ask
looking
you a
for a
question?
relationship, are you really looking for a relationship or are you using some of these other things to make yourself look like a good person to be in a relationship with? What you gonna ask me?
I was like, do you have to be married to be in a committed relationship?
Well, good question. Uh, no.
Uh,
Yes. 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 I lie. I feel is that this is not my therapeutic talk. Uh,
it's a
the my thoughts and
personal
opinions
thought.
are my
And also
own.
let's let people know that we're talking from our personal opinion and not from always a professional manner.
Yeah, this is not my professional stance. Uh, this is me and you basically getting an insight into me and Chris's conversation as if no cameras was involved. Um, I feel without that signing of a piece of paper, that you're
Mhm.
leaving out a piece of commitment. Now, you can do your due diligence and have a prenup. I'm okay with that, to some degree. Uh, bec- just just depends on where you at in life. Like, uh, I ain't where I'm at. A prenup is not as necessary.
So also too, like probably because we don't come from that social economic group.
Mhm.
Um, if you're getting married to somebody that you really want to be with, and you were making a commitment to work through issues as if they arrive and as they arrive, and have some type of communication, even though the communication can be broken at times, and you really you want to put forth the effort. I don't think you should have a prenup, but I also don't have. I'm also not worth multi-million dollars yet.
I think that changes things. But going back to your point of working through it, like, and we're talking about memories here, right? If you don't work through it, you don't have the memories. You're not able to recall, you know what, we had this difficult time and we made it through.
Yeah, or we had this good time,
Yeah.
or or you can say, hey, you know what? If we sat down and wrote down all the difficult times that we had and all the good times we had, I'll get I'll bet my my toenail clipping. I don't want to give up anything. I'll bet you my favorite glass. that we have more positive memories than we do negative memories. But negative memories tend to pop up much easier, and you hold on to them much longer.
Um, there's something that I think it was John Gottman that says you're only going to remember one positive experience for every 10 negative experiences. I think it was something along those lines. It might be a different number. Uh, but we as human beings do have a tendency to focus on the negative more so than the positive. And so, when we did doing this segment of memories, you're kind of going into forcing yourself to be grateful and to be thankful for what you have experienced. And I'm thankful for having three roles as opposed to just two or one. For what is, good, bad, and indifferent. I'm grateful to be connected in that way, committed in that way to a whole nother individual that's my age.
Yes.
That is, I'm not just not, she may be dependent on me to some degree, but at any given moment, she can be independent of me.
Yes.
She can help and support me, you know, God forbid, but if anything happens, she has the ability to take care of the family, take care of me.
I think that's part of being in that committed relationship and or being married, like having a strong person be with you, that when needed can play the role that you're not able to do at the time.
And you said, do you have to be in a marriage to be committed? That's the very essence of marriage. You stated that you was committed for that. When you choose not to be married, you've never stated that, hey, I'm going to be here for you. You've never, and somebody's going to say, well, I said it out loud verbally, but what is connected to that verbal statement? What is
Yeah.
connected to that? I can say anything, right? And
So
some people say, well, you can
this how I'm
write
gonna
anything down.
this how I'm gonna this is my question. Does it need to be recognized by the government, or could we have a ceremony amongst our friends and in the church, stating our love each other in marriage and in the eyes of God, and not having a legal paper?
Yeah, I mean, we absolutely could. Why are we so focused on the fact that the government has a part in it? We should have been focused on that when they started it. Look, at the end, from where we live at in the United States, what has happened is that we have a tendency to monetize every single thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure if I go back and look at the history of marriages and stuff like that,
We had to give diaries. We had to give diaries for the lady.
you had to what?
We had to give diaries. We had to if we married somebody from a different tribe or from a different married a woman,
Mhm.
we had to give the family money and
Yeah.
things of value.
Okay. But you didn't have to give the government anything. You just
No,
gave
you
it
had
to
to give the
the family,
family. You had to
right?
give the
So
family.
the somebody along the way have decided, oh, let the third party grab some money. So let's pay for this marriage certificate. Let's pay for this person to actually do the marriage. We're
Hmm.
getting mad at things that have happened down through the years and then saying, well, I don't like none of that, so I'm not gonna do it. And that's a cop out
Cop out.
to not being committed. Um, so yeah, I do think, and I can say whatever I want to say for myself, but if my daughters are connected to an individual and that individual is adamant about not being married, I'm gonna wonder why.
Hmm.
You can give me all the reasons in the world, but in my thought is gonna come back to how committed do you really want to be to my daughter if you're saying no?
Even your son too.
Yeah. I was being very sexist then. Sorry,
But
daughters. And
because you want your son to you want your son to be, treated well and be with a person that cares for him as well.
you
Because
do.
I know we sometimes want to be that masculine, that thing like we don't it don't matter to us because we have control. Games are played on both sides.
They are. But I always look at the guy like he's the one making the choice. Ultimately, both of them are making a choice, but I always look at it like the guy is making the choice. He's the one that's proposing. He's the one that's saying, "Hey, I want to marry you," and that's traditional. Like I'm thinking in a traditional sense. I'm not even thinking about which we can talk about this at a later date. Girls who are asking guys to get married. Like I'm not necessarily gonna be cool with that. Like. And again, in my mind, that God knows what he wants.
Hmm.
You got to ask him to marry you. To me, that's a problem.
Actually, yeah, if you got to ask a guy to marry you, he don't want to marry you for the
Yeah,
most part.
yeah.
Like so, you know,
He's not
there
ready in that moment.
there are exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, if he's not making that move,
Mhm.
he doesn't really want to be with you, or he's not ready to be with you.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know how we got over on that. But memories, man.
Because I
Uh,
asked about marriage, and because I said about
do you have to be married to be committed? But yeah,
yeah.
I just find it out, and it was just a thought that I had. I seen a young man that was talking about um leveling up in his career and still being a good father, uh, and not seeing him with the. And I think that's a little bit of a irk for pet peeve of mine too. It's a pet peeve. It's not a judgment. It's just a pet peeve
Hmm.
of people being so the co-parenting thing. Um, I think it's very high on their list instead
Hmm.
of just be committed.
Yeah,
Just have kids with the person that you're going to be with for life,
yeah,
not with the person you're gonna not having kids with the person that you're with for that moment. Now, and mind you, I do have a child prior to my marriage. So when I say it's not judgment, it's a pet peeve, it's literally not judgment. I can't judge nobody. Um, But looking at my past experiences, I think it would have been in my child's best interest. It would have been in my best interest for me to have one mother of all of my kids
yeah,
instead of me having kids and with this young lady and kids with this young lady. It's not in the best interest of the kids
yeah,
at all. The adults tend to somehow make it work sometimes, but the kids do still end up suffering it. Even in the best case scenario, the kids sometimes end up with some type of suffering. And then the argument could be, well, aren't we gonna all suffer to some degree?
uh-huh.
So, all right, Chris, moments, current events.
Sadly, I know it depends how you feel. Biden and prostate cancer. For one, no matter how anybody like, I don't prefer the current president, right? If something happened to him of ill, like he went ill, I would have compassion.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. It was blank stare news. I did not know he had prostate cancer.
Oh, you
That came
didn't you
out today?
didn't Oh, I heard about it yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
have.
so I thought no, because on social media I've seen some people just outright say just being nasty and mean
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. No, I hadn't heard it at all. I was I ain't know what to say.
Uh,
But no, I don't. I guess I don't wish cancer on anybody, whether it's and no matter who it is, Democrat, Republican, person I dislike or like, guys. I don't wish that on nobody. I see how it on the outside looking in. I see how it changes a person and kind of breaks them down. How old is he? 80 something?
like 82, 81, 82.
Oh, okay. Mm. Yeah, my thoughts and prayers goes out to him and his family. And I really mean
Yeah.
that. I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. I do now have thoughts and I also pray. So my thoughts and prayers are with him. Sometimes these people say thoughts and prayers. I'm like, all right, you're thinking because you're living, but do you pray? Like, and if you don't pray, why are you saying thoughts and prayers? Just
You say,
just keep it above. My thoughts are
also
with
too, like if I know I'm not going to pray for somebody, this sounds bad. I say, you know what? You and my thoughts, and I'm sending positive energy your way. I'm
okay.
sending positive energy. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm going to pray for you.
Yeah. That's good, Chris. At least you're not lying. Now you're gonna make me go back and see and say, did Chris ever tell me my thoughts are with you? Let me see you some positive energy. I- Now I'm gonna go back and be like, Chris was telling me he not finna pray for me. Hey, get it how you get it, buddy. Nah, I don't remember if you've ever said that or not.
I
Uh
don't think I ever said that to you.
yeah,
I've also said it to people who I know are not,
religious.
or know or have the same faith I do.
Okay.
So
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of those things. And then that's another thing. We live in a conflictual world where you say no prayers in the school, but as soon as there's a school shooting,
they
let
want to
us
pray.
all pray. Why
It's
not
like,
do that before the school shooting? And 'cause
or
if
or
it has an effect or influence like you are portraying, let's have prayer. What are
because,
we going to pray for? Is it going to fix some stuff? Is it going to make it better? And if it is, why not do that prior to?
but do you want everybody praying for you?
No, I don't.
Okay, so no,
I want all the babies to pray for me. All the
because
little babies.
could they pure heart?
Yeah. Three and under.
It's like, yeah, but
Maybe
it's
maybe two and under. Every time we get more and more technology, I have to get lower and lower. Because these
like
kids, they be picking up stuff so fast.
my opinion, like the forefathers, because when the country was formed, Christianity wasn't the only religion people were um, worshiping. Um, some people left because they couldn't practice religion they wanted from Europe, from United Kingdom.
Mhm.
Some people came because they were atheists, and they were being crucified because they wasn't following the Orthodox Church of England. Um, like the Puritans came over here and they wanted everything to be the same thing it was in England, like demonizing people for not believing the way they did. But I think it's a good place to have a separation because of church and state for belief reasons. Like,
I
but
understand what you're saying, but it's extremely hard.
okay,
Hey,
it's
we even have this with therapists. Like therapists are like, how much should you share about yourself, or should people that's sitting across you know what your thoughts and beliefs are? And I'm not coming into the session with my thoughts and my beliefs, but they still a part of me.
yeah,
I
yeah,
believe in God, so like I'm not gonna judge you for not believing in God, but you got to know, like in my thought process, I believe there's a God.
but that I think that what makes everybody unique.
Yeah.
Like we the way we act and the way we move throughout society is based off how we grew up, our religious practices, our faith practices. Um, if you go back into I go back to the Bible, you know, it's not about proclaiming that, hey, I'm the Christian right here. I'm the Christian right here. It's about the walk. And that's how you get people to trust and believe in you. You don't have to
Exactly.
you don't have to, and also he talks about prayer. Like prayer is supposed to be a private moment
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
So,
Look at you, Chris. Man, you all right now? You gonna mess around and become
don't play around. Um,
I ain't
um,
gonna say it.
so that's why I say there should be a separation of church and state, because if you're walking whatever faith you're walking in, and if you walk in it in its purest sense, people see it, and that faith is of the light, right? People are going to see that light shine, and they're going to want to know, wow, I know Curvin has issues, but somewhere somehow he always makes it through. Like he's still thriving. Like, what are you doing, Curvin? What are some pointers you can give me? Like, and that's how you bring people. That's how I feel personally. You bring people into your fold, and also bring them to, if you want to bring them to your church, or help them change in certain ways, like because your walk. Like how many addicts clean themselves up, and now some of the best people for other addicts to talk to becoming clean.
Maybe you should come to my church on Sunday and then stay over in Calhoun Falls
Why
on
you say
Monday.
that?
Because you can.
Oh, I know I can.
You have that access. So
Yes.
technically you could come. Oh, you might be working. But technically you could come on Sunday and then just stay over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to talk to my wife about that.
Oh, now you want to talk to her.
Hey, the question is, does she want to talk
Yeah. Nah,
to me?
I've used that before though. Like, not saying that you necessarily do it right now, but well, I don't know if I want to do that. Hey man, let me talk to my wife, and then
Oh,
I get
sometimes,
back
oh,
with you.
sometimes I do. Oh, sometimes I
And
do, and,
then
and never say anything to my wife.
yeah, and
And,
then
and,
you get
and
called out because they'll ask your wife, did Kirk been talking to
I've had
you?
blowback for that happen before. It's like, no, she's like, no, he said nothing to me about that. And she come back to me, he's like, what? Blah, 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 saying something about something, something. It's like, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
Or he's like, I didn't really want to go anyway. That's why I didn't say anything.
yeah. All right, so you gave me this information about our past president, and we went from there to start talking about thoughts and prayers to separation of state. It's amazing how these conversations go, man. For real. Um,
But
any
also
other,
too, there was R&B and soul rodeo this past weekend that we both missed in Simpsonville, in Greenville, South Carolina.
yeah, that you missed? I didn't miss it. I had no intention of being there.
You,
No,
you know, you know, I'm gonna plead the fifth, but I had to work anyway, so I didn't miss it.
yeah. I had training this past week. I'm in the process of, you asked me earlier what I was doing. I neglected to say this. I'm in the process of becoming a supervisor for the state.
Okay.
As counselors graduate from grad school, they have to go through a certain amount of hours of supervision, and there are only certain many people that are allowed to do that. I ain't gonna say allowed, but only supervisors are doing it. So I'm replacing. I will become a supervisor. So I'm going through training for
All
that.
right. Good.
And
How
I
many more
do
weeks do
that
you
all
have?
day. Huh?
How many more weeks do you have?
If I am not mistaken, I have 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. They are every other week. So I have one the 1st of June. I think I got one more in the middle of June. Yeah.
Okay.
And I gotta take a test that it has to be completed by next Monday.
Okay.
So I gotta do it this weekend. I gotta complete my test this weekend and send it in. Yeah. So once I send that test in and I complete my last 2 classes, I think it's 2 more classes, then I would be, well, actually, I'm already a supervisor. It's just that's one of the criterias for it. You gotta complete the class. You gotta get a supervisor who's been doing it. So they have to supervise you supervising. Yeah.
You got to check the checker.
Yes. Um, so and I'll be under that for 2 years, but I'll be able to get people under me. And so that's going to allow me to expand and actually have a full-fledged counseling
Team.
while and to so it allows me to open up my practice a little bit more. So I think that's dope.
That is
Um,
dope.
yeah. Um, but with that being said, it's been taking off most of my Saturdays too. So that's a little aggravating, but it is what it is.
It's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my wife had the Zetas had a mental health symposium that she was a part of this past weekend.
It was in Columbia.
Nah, it was actually in Georgia. It
Okay.
was Thompson, Georgia, which uh, she went to school in that area. Uh, her school was about an hour from Thompson, so they started a grad chapter up there. And that was one of the events that they put together.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, my other man, 50 grand, that's on the podcast named Terrence. He went up there to present, and then they had some other presenters up there. So long story short, I would not, there was no way possible, even if I hadn't had that training, I would have had to go to the mental health symposium. I wasn't gonna be able to go to no R&B rodeo trail at all. I
It,
just uh
you know how to do the line dance? You know how to do that dance?
the fan dance.
Yeah.
Nah, have you figured it out yet?
What? What?
The
I ain't
reason
trying to. I ain't trying to.
are you serious? You're
I'm
not
serious. I'm
trying.
not trying to. I ain't. Kitchen learned it, but I'm not trying to.
All right. So here's the thing. I do want to learn. I've never learned a line dance ever in my life. You knew like the
Electric slide.
yeah, you know that one, right? That's the
Yeah.
only one that you've learned?
Um, I know a couple other ones, but it's like just following. But I don't like doing them.
All right. So on Mondays, not what next Monday when we're live. Oh, yeah, we could do it when we're live. I need to get
I can have Kitchen teach you, and she'd be happy to do that.
she got to teach all of us.
Yeah, she has some fans too. You gonna pop your fan?
Yeah. Yeah. I said that too quick. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna be popping no fan. But yeah, she gotta be able to teach us on Monday. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. So we got to practice it at home so that we could do it on the cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was, I'm dead serious. I was thinking, who can I get to come in and teach us line dance? I wanted to do that as an event for my family. So,
Um, and also Kitchen's at her preschool, their graduation is pretty soon, right? They're moving up ceremony, and she teaching the little kid. They teaching the little kids how to do it. It's a modified version.
why is it modified? Because they can only do so much. Oh, see, I don't even know the dance, so I don't know what's the. Oh, okay. All right, we've come to the end. We've come to the end of the road. And I ain't talking boys to men. Oh my gosh, this guy. Ah, oh, all right, yeah. Because we come to the end of the road for real, for real. Because
All right.
maybe I gotta go to bed.
So we both have degrees, right?
Yeah,
Um, you have a master's. I only have a bachelor's.
okay.
So are we really smart?
Oh, well, I am. Um, but I'm not saying that because I have a master's degree. There are some dummies that have master's degrees, and I could be one of them in all actuality. In fact, if you put me in one of those what's the little things that they have, the escape rooms,
Mhm.
I declare I never get any of the clues. Never. No matter who I'm with. I don't like them because I can't get any of the clues. Um, and it just irks me. Like I'm like, man, I know I'm smart in certain areas. Uh,
So yeah,
but smartness don't determine whether you're going to be successful either.
no,
Um,
I am proficient in the field that I study and the things that I'm interested in.
mhm. You say proficient,
I have knowledge in those things. Proficient.
but you're not an expert in those.
I'm an expert in some things, but not
There
everything.
you go. Because when you say proficient, I look at it like, okay, so what are you saying? But you're an expert in some things that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent
Like
to
so that it makes me smart in those particular fields,
yeah,
in those particular areas. But overall, I do think I'm a smart person.
I sent to my son today, and I sent it to you too. But what it say? Uh, what is that? What did it say? Degrees, college degrees don't make you successful. Experiences do.
That's right.
Um, he's of course is about to embark on his collegiate career. Hopefully, he's able to. I'm saying that he is going to go. He's going to graduate, right? But that degree isn't going to make him successful.
No,
It's
it's the experience. It's the things that he gained while
while
he's in
he's
school
there.
and things that he gains outside of school.
Yeah. The people he connected with, the networking, the things that they
Hmm.
do together and apart, or he do by himself. Hopefully, he can get into some camps or some
It's a nice internship,
yeah, internships, pilot programs, cohorts, something, um, and make advancements. So
and hopefully he doesn't elevate himself to that campus as he's on. Because if he goes to school in Columbia, he has several. He got the USC, got Columbia College. He has Benedict. I think it's in. You have I forgot Midlands Tech. Like being able to connect with other students in different places is also good. It expands your experience. It expands that experience.
yeah, I'm really
Because
excited for him, man.
just imagine if only people that we ever communicated with, or hung out with, or talked to, were on the campus of Anderson College.
Yeah, yeah. We certainly didn't stay on campus like that, did we?
No, like we
After our
like
freshman year, my freshman
yeah,
year
that's
is
what
when we
it
stayed on that the
is.
most.
We moved a little bit on our freshman year too, but not as much. But think about
We didn't want to ride around in that burgundy
the
Dodge
Burgundy car with
with no
only
with no
AM, only had
radio.
AM station. But like think about
You only got
besides
AM, you just turn the radio off. There's ain't no need in trying to find a station.
no
Just
no because think about the people that we met off our campus and that introduced other people beyond that.
mhm. That was a good car too, though, by the way.
It did this thing for us. It got us around many places.
Yeah. I wish we should have probably, as much as we use it, we probably should have just said, "Hey, man, we will buy you a
But
seat."
we didn't know. We were good enough to put the gas in the car. Like we knew better. At least we knew to do that.
Yeah, yeah. We went to Mayfest in that burgundy car. You forgot about that,
Uh-huh.
did you? I don't think you drove. I think somebody else drove.
He did. I think it was JC, and I don't think he went.
Okay. Who went? Who drove?
JC,
I saw him.
Jonathan Coleman.
Yeah, I saw him not too long ago at a wrestling tournament. Um, his son and my son play. Oh, both wrestle. Um, what I was gonna say to you. Um, but anyway, all right, Chris, we gotta wind it out. I gotta go to bed.
Man, you young.
Yeah, okay. Same time
So,
next week.
so we'll no, not the same time next week because we're gonna be together. So we probably jump on a little bit earlier
Okay.
and do it from there. But yeah, keep You have how many more days left in this month for your therapy
Wellness group.
no your therapy shorts moments
Oh, oh yeah, I
mental
forgot about that
health.
too. I got 12 days. We got 12 more days. So we're live today on the 19th. I've been doing mental health tips for Mental Health Awareness Month. Uh, just to kind of keep good mental health. Uh, so I'm going to the 31st, and we
All
got
right.
uh we got 11 more days because today would be the 12th day, but I dropped the one for today, so we got 11 more days after this. So we're
All
gonna make
right.
it do what it do. All
I'm
right.
gonna last question before we step away. Have you been getting much traction on those?
Yeah, yeah. It's been really good from Instagram and Facebook. Uh, Surprisingly, TikTok has not been kind to me.
It
And
seems like TikTok want people yell. It seems like TikTok wants gossip and people yelling at each other.
uh, but you know, I don't know. At one time, therapists was popping on TikTok more so than anything else. And then some of them brought their stuff from TikTok to Instagram. And then LinkedIn. I'm surprised I'm not really getting a big push on LinkedIn either. YouTube is really growing for me.
I need to go on LinkedIn and start sharing it so that my people see it too.
You got on LinkedIn?
Hmm.
Well, I would assume you do, but
I need to update it and change the picture.
okay. And my YouTube is hit and miss. Some days like I think I got a little, back in the day they used to call viral anything over what, 10,000 or 1,000.
Hmm. Yeah, you probably had it. If you had 1,000, it was good. Like it was amazing.
Melinda has went viral before me. She went viral on TikTok, um, with her talking about the Zeta organization. Um, yeah, I have to send you
Are
that
you-
thing. But I think the most I've seen has been about 1.3, 1.4, 1.5-ish views on any platform. So,
like I haven't seen that many since I closed my brewery.
oh, okay.
And I was also a lot more active, a little bit more active.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was, yeah.
I wish I'd have took more videos when I was there. That was one of the best times. That was one of the
I,
best times. I might have to make that if I can go find that photo.
I think I still have that picture. It's in my phone someplace.
Yeah, get a photo of that and post it as our backdrop for Monday moods, memories,
Memories.
and moments. Because that was one of them. It would be cool if we could find all the old ones from like back in the day and just recycle them out.
Hey, we got to find some printed pictures net for that.
Yeah,
It wasn't digital back in the day.
yeah, I know, right? All right, man. We'll do it again next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Stay hydrated.